Hi-ho Stampers, welcome back to my studio. This is Deb Valder and I always love having you stop by for some craftiness. And today we're going to be doing some stencil work. I've been playing around with some of our stencils and dies and I just love playing with these. So we're going to do this little card today, but I wanted to show you there's a whole bunch of them that come in this little series. So you can find them in the shop. So today we're going to be using the beautiful butterflies. It's a Sidekick frame and stencil, and it has all of these extra little butterflies in there. And then this one is one of my favorites, and it's got so many extra things. So when you get one of these little packets, what you get is your die cut. So for this one right here, you would use this die cut. And then it has the stencil that goes over the top of it. So after you have your die cut, and we'll show you this in just a moment, you put your stencil over the top of it and you color. Well, I like to use the distressed oxides and my brushes to stencil over it, but you can use anything to color with. And then along with them, some of them also have extra little ditties with them. So this one has some flowers and it has some of the vines and the leaves to go along with it. So they're really jam-packed with goodies on the inside of these. So again, these have the stencil with them and then anything that's in the middle. So for this one, it's the butterfly frame and it's got the stencil and it's also got the extra little butterflies where you can see right here, I've added the extra little butterflies. I love that. This one right here has the frame and it also has some little flowers to go along with it. And the same with this one. And they coordinate so you can take and you can start layering them, which I absolutely love. And then when you start getting more than one, you can actually mix and match. So you can take the flowers from this one, use them on any project, but you can also use them on some of your other sidekicks. All right, and then this one I absolutely love, and this one is, I'll be using a lot in the fall. This one right here, I've used a lot in the springtime. I love all of the flowers that come with it and the coloring with it. And this one is just a beautiful little stencil strip, which is really different and really cool. All right, so you can use that one also. So let's get started. Like I said, we're going to be using the butterfly one. So let me grab the stencil on the inside. I've already pre-cut butterflies, which I do. I also like to cut out extra, let me just show you, frames and leave them in the little packet so that I have them. And this is such a fast card you're going to see, but I also have these already cut and ready to go. So when I'm done, I'll add all of my little butterflies to the packet. So if I want to use those the next time, I can. All right, so let's start with, I actually did the clouds on the background. So let's put this stuff out of the way for now and grab my cloud die. Now what I do is you can take and use these clouds and put them on, you can just put the clouds like you would normally. It's a die, so you can take and cut these out and then just put them on to your little project, okay? But I like to use them as masks. So what I do is I cut out a whole bunch of them, like that one. And then what I do is, and that's just out of typing paper. It's not anything big or spectacular. It's just out of typing paper. And then what I do is I take my tape runner, I switch it out to the dot repositionable one, and it's just a temporary gluing method. So I can take and I can move this around, but it also adheres so that I can actually burnish it around it. And then I just take this out, and that's what I love about our adhesive system is that you don't have to wait until you get to the end of it to, there it goes. You don't have to wait to get to the end of it to change out your cartridges. All right, so I've got the sticky on here, and this is going to be our base card, but this is where we're actually putting the clouds. All right, so let me bring in my workstation here. All right, and I'm just going to do clouds all over. All right. And watch how I just move them. So I'm going to take some of my, tumbled glass. And we have all of the distressed oxides in the shop. I do use my little brushes right here. They are also in the shop. And if you were at Stamping Saratoga Style, we did these cups with our alcohol inks. They just came out beautiful. It was done with the little kit colors of our alcohol kits. So with my brushes, I just take and I label them yellow, blue, green, pink, whatever. And then I use this one. This is a blue one, and I use it for all my blues. You can wash these if you need to. You can take and just scrub out the color onto a scrap sheet of paper. You can do whatever you want, but they do clean up very nicely. And so all I'm going to do is just take and just burnish and keep moving my stencil. So I'll lift this up and move. And you'll see that I just kind of move it in crazy positions so that it's not like just all regimented all the way down. And we'll do this and come back and show you the rest. And there we have our stencils. Now what I'm going to do is, because I can use this over and over and over again, I'm just going to add this to just a little acetate sheet that I have, stick it back into, whoops, I'm going to stick it back into my little container right here, and we're good for the next time. So now that we have our clouds all done, I want to take and grab my my eraser here. This takes off everything. If you have ink in the wrong spot, it'll take that off. But I'm just going to take and I have a little bit of adhesive, whoops, that got onto, because remember, those are repositionable dots. All right, so there we go. Isn't that so pretty already? Look at that. I just get so excited. All right, so now what we're going to do is I've already cut out the die, okay? So this is what it looks like when it's all cut out, all right? But I wanted to show you what you can do. So let me just grab one of the blue ones. Let me just grab this one, and I want to show you what you can do. You can actually save these pieces. Let's move this out of the way. You can actually save these pieces and start paper piecing. So if I wanted to use this on a base card, let me just bring it in and just start, well, I don't want to do that because it's the same color, but let's just show you how you can paper piece. So if you wanted to take and add all of these, now we would be gluing these things down so they wouldn't be curling up, but you want to see how easy this is. You'll take this long piece right here. Let's take this white piece out, and you can paper piece. Look at that. So it's this easy, and this, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Take this one and glue it down. Now you'd be gluing all of these pieces to your base card, and I didn't bring up a base card, so let's see. It's kind of like a puzzle, you know, you're putting your puzzle back together again, but there's only a few pieces that you have to stick in there. So, whoops, I'm missing a piece. Actually, two pieces. So here's this one right here, and this little guy right here. So this is the littlest piece out of the whole thing. And like I said, if I was gluing this down, it would look so pretty. Let me just see if I can get this over, because I just want to show you how pretty this is. And if you wanted to do like a rainbow effect, you could do a whole bunch of these and just add the pieces to it. But isn't that so pretty? I love it. All right, so that was just to show you something a little bit extra. And I'm just going to take and grab my cleaner here and clean up the rest of them. Okay, this thing is fantastic for your die cuts. All right, so now we have, whoops, there's another one. So now we have your outline. Okay, so that's the little guy that we used for the cutout. Now what we're going to do is add that to our base card. Let's bring it back in here. It's this fast, it's this fun, and it's this easy. Nope, can't do that yet because oh yeah, we do have to add our words. So let's do our words next. I already mounted this one, and it should be in the right spot, but let me just check and make sure. All right, so I'm going to just temporarily put this in here, making sure. Oh, I am good, 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 good. All right, so now let's take our beautiful MISTI and ink up our words. And I like doing this before I put the the little stencil on there and the background because we're going to have, we're going to have some dimension to it. All right, let's do that one more time. I like it to be super dark, and I was supposed to re-ink this and I forgot. Okie dokie, beautiful, I love it. Okay, so let's take and clean this. All right, so we're done with all of that. I'm telling you, this is a very fast card. All right, now what we have to do is some fun stuff. Now what we're gonna do is to bring in our Stay-tion again, and we're going to stencil. So we're gonna take this, we're going to take our little stencil, and I do put little dots on the back of this also, so let me just grab that back again. And this washes up so nicely so that it'll be fresh for the next time. All right, so I'm just putting in my little guy right here. I'm gonna find the back of it. So that is the front. I'm gonna take and put some dots. You can still see them here, but I want it to be nice and sticky. Okay, not a lot, just, you know, enough. All right, so now what we're gonna do is lay this on here, just like that. All right. There we go. You just want to kind of make sure that you can see a little bit of the around the edges. You want to make sure you can see a little bit underneath. So that means that they're centered. All right. So we've got those. I've got my brushes. I've got my colors. So now let's take and just do some coloring. So I'm going to take my blue one to start with, and I'll just randomly do these. I think I have 4 colors, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3. Okay, so we're going to do the blue, and because I'm doing different colors, just make sure you don't get it onto one of the other ones, although it would really look pretty if you did that. And I don't want it to be solid. I want it to be just, you know, like a little bit of white peeking through. All right. 1 2 3 4. We'll do this one. And we will do, how about this one? And that was 1 2. And we'll do, I like this color. Let's see. There we go. All right, so there's the blues. And let's grab let's go with yellow next. All right, so I grabbed my yellow brush. One of my favorite colors is this squeezed lemonade. I just think it's so pretty when it dries. It's kind of crazy looking here. It's really bright, but it's just such a pretty color when it dries. It's so dainty and so delicate. Okay. And I'm going to show you something, because I know what's going to happen to you. Let's see, we'll do another yellow one here. And how about a yellow one over here? Okay, good, good, good. All right, so there's our yellows. And let's go to our Tattered Rose, which is another one of my favorites. It's very vintagey. I love it, love it, love it. So I have a pink brush right here. And I think I'll go with this little guy right here. And this nice big one right here. Good. And then we've got our green left. And I'm going to use the Twisted Citron and my green brush. And these are just really pretty, bright, summer, springy butterfly colors. All right, this would be fantastic. Don't you think this would be fantastic for a baby card, whether it's a baby shower or a welcome baby? Oh my gosh, these colors just look so cute for that. All right, so that's all done, believe it or not. And now we are ready to put together. So this, all I do with this little stencil, because I'm using the Distressed Oxide inks, is I will take and I will put, I just will wash it in the sink, because these are water reactive, and it just cleans right off. That's why I love using these. But look at the colors on this. Absolutely gorgeous. So I will take and clean all of these. That's why I love to use my Make Art Station. Simple, cute, fast, and lovely. All right, so we've got this all done. Now, what I was hoping is that I would catch an edge up here, a little bit right there. And why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to show you, don't worry, don't stress. If you've got a little that's kind of seeped through somewhere, just take a, this is just sandpaper, and just sand it right off. All right, you can even take a nail file. If you don't have one of these little blocks, you can just take a nail file and just file it right off. There we go. Super awesome. All right, so that cleans it up really well. We are almost done. So this is our foam tape, and it comes in white and it comes in black. And then what I do is I just cut it up, and if I have any left over, I add it here and I use it for the next project. So I cut up some really skinny ones, and I'm just going to take and run them right across here like this and all the way around. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and we've got the long strips on. And now what I'm going to do is on some of the little guys right here, I'm just going to take and put a few on the butterflies. All right, not a lot. And all I'm going to do is just put some of the smaller foam squares that we have on there, just to kind of prop them up a little bit. And that's all we need. All right, so we'll take the tops off of these. I've already got the tops off of the long strips, and literally we are almost done. So let's just grab. There we go. Alrighty, so now let's grab our base card with all of our clouds and our sentiment on there, and just center it. So if you were doing a bunch of these, do you see how fast it could be if you cut everything out, lined up this little guy? We have a lot of sentiments, but this sentiment right here absolutely goes perfectly with this set. They kind of were made to go with each other. So all of these sayings fit right inside here. You've got some extra little butterflies, absolutely adorable. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add our, so that's in the shop also. That one is called Butterfly Greetings, and it goes along with this little stencil right here, the beautiful butterfly Sidekick frame and stencil. So they all go together. Now let's add our butterflies. So I'm going to get out my little picker right here, and I'm going to use the small end because we're using very delicate, very dainty little butterflies. So let's just grab a couple of them. So we don't want ones that are the same size, so I'm going to grab some of the smaller ones. So I'll grab a couple of those. And then on top of that, you can take some of our Nuvo drops and put some little Nuvo drops on there. Oh, there's so many things that you can do. All right, so let's start with this one right here. Let's grab a bigger one. So we'll go this color right here, and then on top of that, we will do a green. All right, so those are the colors that we're going to go with on that one. So what I do is I just drop a little drop of our adhesive, the best adhesive in the whole world. And then I pick up the one that I want with my little poker and then just drop it down there. And you can take and you can move it around and place it wherever you want. So there's the first one. Add, whoops. This one's trying to fly away here. All right, then we're going to add another one. And I think I went with the green. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so there's the first one. Let's add to this one right here. So I think I'll go with the yellow first. Like I said, when I'm cutting things out, I always cut out extras because why not do them right when you've got everything out and all the mess? Remember what I always teach you, work smarter, not harder. Okay, here we go. And we'll top that one off with one of these. So cute. We're almost done now. And this little guy's going to go right in the middle. There we go. So pretty. Look at how pretty that is. And then depending on how dark, so this one I did my clouds a little bit darker than I did this one. I wanted to soften it up. But like I said, it could be used for anything. And you could also use it as a baby gift. All right, so a baby card. I just love that. So you could put some really cute in there. So now on the inside, let me just show you what I did on the inside. I did some layers and then I did my hugs. This is my favorite hug of all time. We just got this one in the shop. This one's brand new. So make sure you check that one out. So that's brand new. But what I'd like to do is to give it even more dimension, and I don't think you can see it on the camera, but what I do is I add a couple of layers. So it's not just flat, and you could definitely just make it flat if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is to bring in my little Make Art station here. Let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to clean it off because I didn't do that afterwards, and I don't want this to get all over my hugs. So I'm going to grab just a wipe. I love my little station. And then, you know, with these little stations, it's got the magnetic ruler, but it also has these, and I use them as legs, but you can also use them if you want this to go flat on your table. You can also use them for more magnets, but I just like having it on my as little legs because it's easier for me to move it around. All right, so that was a little TMI. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glue and just randomly, not, you know, every place, and I'm not even squeezing the glue, all right? If you get glue from us right now, you might have a problem with it like oozing out at first, and that's because it's traveled through the heat. We don't normally get a lot of heat here, but today it's going to be almost 100. I am in the Northeast. The Northeast never gets heat like that. So I feel like I'm back in Arizona. All right, so here we go. Let's just add this. And what I do is just keep adding layers. So I'm just going to add 3 layers to this one. You don't have to do this one. Like I said, we could have just put hug, 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 hug all over the place inside there. But I just love the way this gets dimension. And then if you have any glue that's kind of oozed out or whatever, just take your little picker and just kind of walk it around. But look at that. Already it looks good, good, good. All right, now let's take the next one and just dotting it. And like I said, I'm not even squeezing it. It just dots right out. But it doesn't ooze out. Like I said, if you receive it now, it might, just because it's so hot out, and I think it's petrified inside there. I think it just, you know how your fingers expand when it's hot. I think the glue expands. I don't know. I'm just making that up, but it sounded good to me. Alrighty. So there's my hugs. All right. And then what I'm going to do is turn this upside down. Add some glue to this. And I have a friend who is my butterfly expert that I'm going to send this to. I just love her to pieces, and this reminded me of her. So I'm going to send this one to her. You know who you are if you're watching my video. Okay, so you're going to get some happy mail in the mail soon. Alrighty. Oops, we got to add our layers here. Add our adhesive here. Alrighty. Like I said, you're never going to see that, so let's move this out of the way. And then let's take our white piece and add that little puppy. All right, so now we have our inside. Okay, And where'd our hugs go? Here it is. Alrighty, let's go. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And it's layered, it's raised, it's absolutely adorable. Look at that, I just love it. Okay, so now what we need to do is I just think this guy needs a little butterfly on him, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to straighten up my hugs, and add a little butterfly right here. So he has landed. Okay, grab my little butterfly. Hang on. I like this because it really does help you manipulate where you want it to go. Oh, isn't that so cute? I think I might add a few little Nuvo drops here and we will call it a day. Look at that, isn't that, oops, got some hugs hanging on here. Look at that, that is our card for today. Isn't that absolutely adorable? If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. We love having you. Stop into our shop at Teaspoon of Fun because we have so many new things, products all day, or not all day, just every day. We have new products going in there every day. We just love having that. And you take care. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube videos, click on the bell, hit the little thumbs up button, and share it with your friends. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for stopping by.